Hello and welcome back to Empire of the Sun. Thank you very much for bearing with me. It's been a long time since the last video. We're now in turn 8. I went ahead and drew my cards, and finally our subs hit, so the Japanese only draw 6 cards and a pass. And we went first. He decided not to play decided to play first. He does have a card in the FO. And if you remember, the Japanese or the player with the fewer number of cards can decide to play first if he plays the card out of the FO for the event. He decided not to do that, so he gave me the opportunity to play first. So I drew my usual seven hand card, 7 card hand, excuse me, and played the first card, which is the Operation Reno 2 Invasion of Revolt card. Uh, 7 activations on MacArthur and the Southwest HQ, and did all this good stuff. The idea being I wanted to go ahead and invade and take Palau, preparatory to launching a campaign in the Philippines or possibly Taiwan or Tainan or Formosa, with the aim, of course, of eventually coming to Korea and basically establishing a blockade of Japan and try to win that way. That's the first way I'm going to try to win. Uh, Out here in the CBI, the Japanese have pretty much left Burma and northern India to us, so all this good stuff is just free progress of the war, so we don't have to worry too much about progress of the war going forward here. All right, so we had that, and he played, and guess what? He played the first card. His reaction card. He played the weather card to bring all this stuff home. Um, that's fine, I guess. Normally, I would not play a weather card this early. I would go ahead and just wait until the very end, towards the end when my opponent's trying to pick up um, progress of the war, just that very last progress of the war card. That would be great. I could just cancel his offensive and just uh, totally screw up his ability to take progress of the war. But I guess in this case, since all this stuff is free up here, um, it's just as good a time to play a weather card. So all this good stuff has to go home, and then he gets to go. And just to show you going forward, what happens is that he plays for himself. He plays the War in Europe card, but he doesn't play it for the event because I think it's turn 8, and I think turn 8 is 1944. That's right, so there's no effect. So the only way he could play this card is to play it for the points. And he did this for a China offensive. Okay, 3-op China offensive card. And so the way this works is you normally have to roll lower, I think it's equal or 2 or lower, than the number of Japanese divisions of China. There are going to be DRMs if the Burma Road is closed or the Burma Road is open, and if there are any air units in China. There are none, so he has to basically roll 5 or less, which is a 60% chance of hitting. And he does hit it. He rolls a 2, so he does hit the roll. So the China thing goes down 1. Okay. So I'm not terribly worried. I think right now he's just desperately trying to do whatever he has to do to win. Okay. Um, Before I go on to the next few cards, let me just show you the cards I have or cards I drew. Okay. So this is the first card. Okay. And you can already see it's China offensive card, so that we already have actually 2 China cards. So we certainly have the ability to counteract his China offensive. We also have here the Yamamoto card, that's a Yamamoto card. You have Australian Coast Watchers, which is a nice little intelligence card if he decides to move some air and naval units, and we'll be able to pick that up um, if we will be able to detect that. Not so much to intercept, but to get rid of this card so I can pick up a strategy card. It does have draw one strategy card on it, so that would be cool, if only for that. Here's another card that we have, which is Operation Watchtower. Guadalcanal Invasion, very nice surprise attack. Maybe we can hold on to that, maybe put in the FO. If we have to. And then over here we have the 2-op Operation Culverin military event for Joint or Commonwealth HQ. And finally, we have this card over here, which is the Operation King 2 A-Day uh, military event. Just as an aside here, and it may be interesting to you, maybe not, I don't know. But this card has a little bit of personal history for me. You see this gentleman over here, this guy here, gentleman in the helmet, uh, and then he's looking down. Okay. By sheer coincidence, I actually went to grammar school. I went to grade school with his grandson. Okay, that's Carlos Romulo. He used to be foreign minister or foreign secretary for the Philippines. Certainly when I was growing up in the 70s, and so his grandson and I actually went to school together. This personal aside there. Um, so how do we? What do we think of the cards that I have for this for turn 8? Nothing great. This is going to obviously be used for the event to kill Yamamoto. That would be good. We have these 2 cards to play. Contract is China offensive. I'm thinking using the one card to play it so I can get 2 points on this card. At this point, stealth is not a big issue for us because right now, if I can, if he wants to, if I can bring his forces to bear to battle, that would be really great. Operation Watchtower is something I could use. This is a surprise attack. That's nice. It's a military event. 5 logistic value, pretty good. But something that might end up on the FO because actually we have nothing on the FO right now. No FO card. Uh, then of course this very nice card, Operation Cauldron. I'm thinking of using that up here to activate some units and capturing all these progress of the war taxes, and that would be nice. And that's about it. That's all we have right now. So the next turn is we have to return all these guys back to where they came from, and then see what happens in the next card. Thank you very much for listening.